Hello, coaches, and welcome to Coach C Basketball Analytics. In today's episode, I will talk about predictability and its impact on performance and on winning games and championships. I believe in data-driven basketball as a way to bridge the gap between teams with lesser and superior talent. It levels the playing field and gives those who play smart with data a real competitive edge. The problem starts when teams rely on the same style of play. At that point, playing smart with data becomes difficult because control is lost. Teams stop controlling the basketball data that actually decides games. When that happens, superior talent usually takes over. If most teams run similar offenses, similar defenses, and follow the same in-game rules, talent becomes the separator. Playing the same way as everyone else means competing on the opponent's strengths, not creating your own advantages. That same style of play also makes the game easier for the opponent. When offensive actions and defensive coverages stay the same, patterns become clear. It is no longer a surprise. Opponents prepare for it. They are no longer forced to adjust during the game, and they stay in their comfort zone while still controlling the rhythm of the game. This is reinforced by sticking to the same systems and the same style of play and strategies used by most teams, such as pressing only after a made free throw, pressing only in the final minutes when the game is already slipping away, rarely switching defenses and or using combo defenses like triangle and two or box and one. Most teams rotate between man-to-man and zone, coverages opponents see and prepare for every day. On defensive side, passing lane denial has largely disappeared. Many defenses have shifted toward reacting instead of dictating. Without clear data-driven goals, the focus becomes ball containment instead of reducing point production and possession time. The game turns into a shooting contest instead of a battle of strategies. When offensive and defensive systems look the same across teams, strategic leverage disappears. Familiarity creates comfort. Comfort removes pressure. If the opponent does not have to change what they are doing, the advantage is already gone. This usually leads to heavy three-point dependence without a plan B. When shots fall, everything looks fine. When they do not, nothing changes. Pace stays the same. Shot selection stays the same. There is no adjustment. Decision-making follows the same pattern. Traditional play replaces data. Adjustments come after losses instead of during games. Opportunities to influence and control possessions are missed. The real value of analytics is control. It allows teams to control the data that matters, possession time, and point production per possession. Controlling those two numbers is what tilts games, regardless of the level of the opponent. That is how analytics bridges the gap between teams with different levels of talent. If a team controls possession time and point production per possession for several possessions in a row, pressure shows up quickly on the scoreboard. At that point, the opponent is forced to adjust their strategies during the game and play outside of their comfort zone. This is where data becomes leverage. It allows teams to play smart with data, apply pressure, change rhythm, and force decisions over multiple possessions. That is how teams with inferior talent compete and win. The traditional style of play feels safe. Playing smart with data is uncomfortable because it is unfamiliar. Only one of them lets you influence outcomes instead of reacting to them. Coaches, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I know your time is valuable, and I appreciate you being here. If this episode challenged the way you think about systems, style of play, pace, or playing smart with data, that is the goal. If you want to talk through how these ideas apply to your own program, feel free to reach out. I will see you in the next episode of Coach C Basketball Analytics.